Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, a lot has been happening, especially in Black community recently, and some actually is more like opening Black people's eyes to see the people that call themselves ally and all that. You all already know that I've been saying it that I do not believe in allyship because some of them do not disappoint. They do what they do, and they know what they just do what they know how to do best, right? And the fact that some of them are always looking for an opportunity to come back at Black people or an opportunity to exploit Black grief, right? Now, looking at this, and I am kind of confused because I do not see how an old person, like someone that is not young, like really like an adult, we see where somebody is hurting, and the best they could do out of it is just look for a way to make something out of it, or look for a way to make it look like your experiences or what is happening to you does not matter, or it is nothing, or trying to let you know that it is part of life or things you should just accept because of your color of skin, right? I have been seeing so many things happen on the internet, and all I can say is that you all can do better and get a grip. Because if you do not see me as a human being, you definitely do not have my best interest at heart. Let's get into this.
Anyways, you need to vote for a cop. And if you don't vote for the cop, you're not voting for the cop. If you're interested in books, more good books, this is a really good book by a former Black Panther.
Reading books don't teach you empathy, ho. Okay? Words on a page don't teach you how to humanize Black people, babe. Okay? That's why I don't recommend books to y'all on how to liberate. Because y'all white people have a tendency to continuously, right, take our words of liberation from our liberators and weaponize them shits against other people because all you know is violence at the end of the day, right? You weaponize that, you think you're hitting a target, at the end of the day, you always end up hitting the very people that you think you're trying to liberate. And that's because you didn't do the first step when you're reading them liberating books and stuff like that, and that's to employ empathy to humanize Black people. Because your ancestors still, at the end of the day, you still see Black people as tools to be weaponized and used for whatever goal you think you're trying to achieve. And the weaponization tactic you're using right now is shame. Let me just tell you something. Shame is not an effective tool to people that have been traumatized and in pain. It's not, okay? It rehabilitates. It does not activate. It throws people in the closets to go hide and shit when you shame them while they are in pain. Unless you don't think those people are human beings, they don't experience pain. In fact, you just see them as tools to be weaponized and utilized for whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve. And let me just tell you, the means are dehumanizing. If you're using the means and the means is dehumanizing, how can you humanize in the end? How can that be your goal? If you're using dehumanizing tactics from jump out the door. Don't make no fucking sense, do it. You need to put them fucking books down and get outside. Your theory bros, you sit up in class. I done argue with y'all so many goddamn times. Sit up in class and I can tell by the way y'all operate and how y'all discuss, right, humans, right, that you ain't never been out in the real world to practice shit. You just sit and argue in class all day long about this and that and this and that. You know what Malcolm said? Malcolm said, shut the fuck up, get in the bed. How about that? You ever tried that tactic? Did you read Malcolm's work when he told y'all that? That's what he said. Did you read that part? Did you read the works? Did you read the works when he told you that? Did you read? Because you talking real loud. You talking real loud. Throwing all these books and shit for somebody who don't even see Black people as human beings. You just see them as tools to be utilized and weaponized and shit. Hey, let me just explain to you one thing. And this goes for either side, by the way, because this side using fear and threat and the other side using shame, okay? None of them things are effective. All they do is ostracize. And I don't know why you want to ostracize people that you're trying to convince and shit. Did y'all take persuasive writing in class? Did y'all take persuasive writing in elementary class? Did y'all do that? Because these are not the tools you utilize to get to persuade somebody to do what it is you want to try to do. What is your goal at the end of the day? That's what I want to ask you. Have you written that shit down? Have you done that? No. Is the methods that you're using effective to achieve your goal, whether you want people not to vote or to vote? So what is the goal actually? Is it views? Is the goal just to demoralize? Is the goal for views? What is the goal when you got on the internet and utilize negative tools? You come on the internet and pick up Black people trauma, right? Because you don't see them as human beings. You pick up Black people as tools to be utilized. What is the goal in that? You dehumanizing Black people from jump right at the gate. So how can you say your goal is positive for anybody to want to jump on either side to switch to go to this or that, when at the end of the day, when you get to your goal, we still getting dehumanized? And that's the cycle that keeps repeating, by the way. And it's always led by y'all white people and your loud ass voices to fucking weaponize shit, to weaponize every fucking thing. Liberation requires empathy. It requires empathy, and it requires humanization of people groups, okay? And you're talking about Black people, so please, until you can figure out to dust that shit out that your ancestors put in you to see Black people as non-human beings, you're gonna have to fix that shit first before you get on the internet and put any kind of books, because it's fucking pointless at the end of the day. All you're doing is, once again, you utilize our trauma to be weaponized, and now using our books of liberation to weaponize the same goddamn thing. Why don't you do like I said, like Malcolm said, and just be quiet, okay? Okay.
Well, hello there, Dorito. I think you look more like a Cheeto Puff, though, than you do a Dorito. The round ones. They're orange and wide, like your face. I wanted to thank you, though, because instead of worrying about the extinction of you redheads that's supposed to happen in 2060, you decided to spend your money on that one-day shipping from Amazon to get those crispy, unopened books that you've never read before and explain to us black people what we needed to know. And since you did that, I want to tell you about my book that I wrote for you, YT people. That's also on Amazon. It's called A Brief History of White People and Their Humble Beginnings from the Caves to the 1500s. As you can see, Cheeto, I wrote it myself. Let's crack this open and see what we got. The whites were a fearful people and thus hid in caves to avoid the elements. They made primitive scribbles they called drawings. They have never truly lost their fascination with caves, so they created spelunking. A spelunker is a person who deep dives into caves for no reason. Why do they do this? That's a question that cannot be answered with today's knowledge, but hopefully in the future we will have the necessary tools to understand this phenomenon. White people feel at home in caves. Here's another excerpt. It's about the sun and about how the dangers you faced with your skin burning when you left those caves because of the sun. Look, there's even some activities in here. Look at this. Can you find the white? Fun stuff since we're sharing books. Why don't you go in there and get you a copy, Orange Fanta, since you're using Sonia's murder to make your videos. So with those videos that you made, how much money did you get out of the Creator Fund? And why don't you go donate that money, since you care so fucking much, to the GoFundMe for her family that's in my bio? 10 out of fucking 10.
You know, a lot of what I do, a lot of people call it anger. They say I'm angry. I'm the angry black man. I fit the stereotype of the angry black man. To which I always say, if you are looking and paying very close attention to shit and you're not pissed, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I genuinely don't know how to convey anything to you. Now, you are looking at a gentleman. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his fucking name because I really don't give a fuck. Okay? This guy right here, he decided to make a correlation between Sonia Massey, the murder of Sonia Massey, and Kamala Harris. Because America only has the attention span enough to talk shit about black women. They don't have the attention span to do any goddamn thing else. But he used the death of Sonia Massey to try to make a point about Vice President Harris's days as a prosecutor. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to allow you to do it, nor are we going to allow you to make content off of doing just that. We're not going to do it. Nope. Spoke about this the other day, but apparently I need to update it. Here is the sad fact about Americans. All right. Americans enjoy lying to themselves. They have turned it into a sport. Who can say some shit and then we pretend like they didn't say it? Our paid for news media is very good at this. While the entirety of the building is on fire, they will tell you that it is a both sides thing. Fuck the fact that there is a raging goddamn fire in the building. Let's talk about both sides of this fire. Our national news media has done this. Social media has done this. And in that social media, there is a nasty underbelly, a very disgusting underbelly when it comes to things like the murder of Sonia Massey and the campaign of Vice President Kamala Harris. Right? You see, in America, black folks can play your boogeymen, but we can never be your victims. You can dance around why we are your boogeymen, but you can never address why we can't be your victims. We can't. There has to be a direct line. Now, both political parties are dog shit. I now have a video that is under review for some ungodly reason where I tell some swarmy, smart-ass white man, please stop telling us some shit we can see with our own two eyes and listen and hear with our own two fucking ears, please. We know both political parties don't give a fuck about us. So bringing up the racism of LBJ, bitch, you might as well have just started at Washington and made your way to Obama. We know this already. We know Democrats and Republicans do not like us. But even in that, black folks can serve one of two motherfucking purposes. One, they're going to deny up and down. The other one, they have no problem with because it sells ads, it sells merch, it sells politicians getting into the White House and in the seats of power. We have to be your boogeyman. We have to be. You gotta be. But we can never be your victims. If there is some victimhood amongst us, it's a mentality. It's not based on any factual information. It's just what we think. It's our gut instinct to not be victims. And then you get this guy who will take the murder of Sonia Massey to talk about all the cool Black Power books he's read. Not because he gives a fuck about Sonia Massey, but because it looks really good to be that ally. That word that I hate so utterly much. Because white allies have to have us as the boogeymen. That way they have something to fight against. Look at me, look at me. I'm fighting against the stereotype that black people are harmful and dangerous. There is no heart in it. There's no meaning in it. There's no soul in it. None. It is simply done for clicks and fucking views. No different than what the fucking American news media does. No different. And to think that this motherfucker used Sonia Massey's death to then, in turn, literally, the next video over say, but we gotta vote for the cop. We gotta vote for the cop. You are asking us to not make the best of a shitty situation. To not have any level of hope whatsoever. And mind you, both political parties are dog shit. And they have never really known what to do with black folks. They haven't. I love how we're told that we're wrong for voting for somebody because of the color of their skin, even though that's been the fucking modus operandi of the political apparatus in this country since buckle shoes and powdered wigs. White men voting for white men so they can keep more white manness. It was cool when they did it. It's a problem when we do it, though. And we know Democrats and Republicans don't like us. We know this. But we also know when something as heinous as the death of a black woman happens, that's not the time for you to bring up your fucking ally bona fides. You're going to get kicked in the nuts for saying that shit. You're going to get kicked in the face for even bringing it up. We can focus on the fact that Sonia Massey is dead and was murdered. We also can focus on the fact that, oh shit, we actually have a chance to change something, to make the death of a person like Sonia Massey mean something by electing a black woman to be president of the United States. But please, don't let our reality stop you from your allyship. Go to his page. Go to his fucking page. Look at his videos. He made a video exploiting the death of Sonia Massey to then in turn use that same fucking exploitation to shit on Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, and then to tell us, oh, look at all the cool black books I read by black authors. It didn't register with you at all. You might as well have been reading the goddamn nutritional value of Bisquick while you're taking a shit. Because if any of the shit that you read meant anything, there's no motherfucking way in hell you'd have made either one of them goddamn videos. There would have been no motherfucking way you'd have made either one of those goddamn videos. You damn sure wouldn't be using a black woman's death as exploitation. You damn sure wouldn't be talking shit about a black woman who is running to save us from something as heinous as Agenda 47, which is going to touch your stupid ass. And you would not have tried to compare the fucking two. Oh, and by the way, here's some books by Black Panthers I read, and you got nothing out of it. Nothing. You were an ally, dog. And that's a slur around these parts. A fucking slur. It's a title you gave yourself, and you want us to recognize when you do something as stupid as using the death of Sonia Massey to shit on the Vice President of the United States, a black woman. You're a fucking ally. And there's a reason I hate you motherfuckers. There's a reason I loathe you more than I even loathe fucking white racists sometimes. Because y'all will do shit like this unironically and then want us to pat you on the fucking back for being one of the good ones. The fuck do we look like, white racists? And your ass is one of them black sellouts? You got the wrong motherfucking ones. You're a goddamn idiot. Just by you doing that shit shows that anything in those books didn't matter to you. You were simply reading them so that other people can see you do it. Fucker.
So this is all I got from this video. And right from the start, I've been saying it that I do not believe in allyship because we all already know how they behave. This is not the first time that we are seeing something like this, and it's also not going to be the last time we'll see something like this. You know, the truth is that some of them are opportunities. Like they look for an opportunity to come at black people or probably make something out of black people's ordeal or experiences. Like look at what happened to Sonia Massey and everybody. Every one of them have something they want to say. And the truth is that you do not hear them say something good. It is always them being controversial about what they are saying. I don't know if it is an opportunity for them to make money or something. But it is inhumane that somebody will watch what happened to that young woman and come out online to say otherwise. See, I am always of the opinion that even if I do not like you, right? Even if we are not best of friends, I will always speak the truth, especially when it comes to you. Or I will not, because we are not friends, I would not want to do something that will also hurt you. Now, the whole story surrounding this woman is very sad. And the fact that he is also trying to tell us that you have no choice, you have no choice, that you must really support the cops, right? Because whether you support them or you do not support them, I don't know what it's going to happen. But they are the people, the allies, like they call themselves, that will never come out on the internet to talk about what is affecting black people, the police brutality in black community, and how it is affecting us, how young people are dying. Now, to my great surprise, I saw one of Sister Tabitha's video where she was mentioning, I think from 2001 or 2000, or just for last year or this year, you know, she counted like 40-something persons, black person, unalive. And you all are telling me that it's okay. And then each time we talk about it and people are saying that it's been a long time, get over it. Or you're telling me that the cops are doing their job. I have seen that young woman did not do anything. I have seen videos of where men and women fought cops, right? And still got away with it. I remember one that they pulled over. I mean, she was speeding. She refused to stop. She got to her house. And when she got to her house, she has to start making calls that why would police follow her to her house? That video really made wave. Here, and a lot of people were like, it cannot be people that look like me because that would be the first and the last time that people will ever see them alive, which is true. We've been suffering We've been talking about it. We've been screaming about it. I see a lot of people. Why? I see a lot of people commenting in the comment section saying, why is it that black people don't come out when something happens to? Why is it that it's only when something happens then that you see them come out to protest? And I am asking them, how many times have you all come out to protest when something happens in my community? You all don't come out. And I am going to say this, and I'm going to make it clear. We cannot fight our fight and at the same time come to fight your fight. You have to start the fight. You have to start the protest. If something is happening in your community that you know there is need for change, so we cannot come and stand in for you for not. We just are not doing that. So if it's affecting you, come out and speak. And then if you say that it is something that there is need for us to come in and talk about it, black people will definitely come. But telling us to come and do your thing while you sit, but black people have been doing that all years, especially black women. They've been doing that all year, not until they found out that you all do not have their best interest at heart. They decided to call everything like, we are not doing it and we are not doing it. Do I blame anybody? No. If I were them too, if I were in their shoes, I definitely would not do anything. And he is telling us about the books he read. The truth is that if you read the book, I am sure you will remember. But some of you actually read for reading's sake or just to tell people that you read books and all that. Man, you already can get a grip and stop all this you are doing coming on the internet to give us some crazy analysis that we are dogs or even dogs. Some of them treats dogs better than human beings. Their dogs are their idol, they worship the dog. Some of them will rather give food to the dog and not bother about human beings, right? I mean, you all can. In essence, what I'm saying is that we are human beings and we deserve better treatment. And not until you all wake up to behave and start treating other people like they are also part of you. But I don't know if that is ever going to happen, if that is even possible, because you all can see the divide already, that it's glaring, because what happens to this woman really opened a lot of people's eyes to know the people they call allies and to know the people that they've been online with, the people they communicate with, and the rest of it. Like I said before, you all should get a grip. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.